Greetings, 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 good people. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday, September the 12th, 2025, and it's time for another live episode of the WTF show. Okay. For those of you who are new here, the WTF show stands for What the Friday. All right. And every Friday I'll go live and just kind of talk about, everything that's been happening in the past week and even up until I hit live. So, just a little discussion where we pretty much talk about hot topics. All right. All right. So, as you're coming in, please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. All right. So, I'm going to play the intro and give the algorithm time to juice up and send out notifications. So, I will be back. Greetings, greetings, greetings again. Happy Friday, everybody. So, I just gave the algorithm a little bit of time to get its juices flowing. All right. Happy Friday. If you are just joining, please pay attention to the message on the screen. All right. You have to pay your admission fee, and that is hitting the like button. All right. We got bills to pay. All right. StreamYard ain't free. Well, it is, but I got the paid version. All right. So, hit the like button. All right. So, on today's lineup, we got a whole bunch of shenanigans, okay? Papoose and I was about to say Papoose and Remy. Papoose and Claressa. They at it again, y'all. All right. This time they sat down with Tamron Hall for whatever reason. That's going to be later on in the show. I'm definitely going to share my thoughts on that because now I'm getting sick and tired. Okay. Karlie Red, she has a new business venture. Do you guys care? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's Karlie Red. We're going to talk about her. Listen, this dude that had got popped the other day, I'm just going to keep it light. I'm not really going into talking about that situation because I choose not to. All right. So he is on the lineup as well. Akon, his wife filed for divorce. Can y'all believe that? I'm not surprised. Anywho, we got a couple of other hot topics sprinkled in between. Those were just to name a few. If you're just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the WTF show, the What the Friday show, where I pretty much kind of break down the hot topics for the week like I've been doing all week and just create some conversation around some of the shenanigans that took place maybe last week, maybe this week, maybe even up until I hit the live button. All right. So just creating an atmosphere where we can discuss some hot topics, take our mind off of the foolishness for a little while, laugh, and just have a good time. All right. So with the church announcements being complete, I'm just going to get straight into this, and we are going to move on swiftly and professionally. All right. So you guys know that Charlie Kirk got popped the other day, okay? And I'm saying pop for a reason. I'm not being insensitive, but I know most of you probably don't care even if I was, but I'm not. All right? So he got popped on Wednesday, September 10th, all right? Today is the 12th. This video was posted to TMZ and other media outlets yesterday. The man got popped on Wednesday, September 10th. September 11th, yesterday, Thursday, they already got him buckled in a casket and ready to ship him off to his home state of Arizona. That's crazy to me. So take a look. So Charlie Kirk's body is officially on its way to Arizona as new footage shows his body being flown to his home state on Air Force Two. VP, the vice president, JD Vance, helped load the casket onto the plane. So he's getting like a military treatment. This is crazy. Again, he got popped on a Wednesday and they already got him strapped in a nice new shiny casket on Thursday, loading the plane, being loaded onto the plane. Child, I was going to say something funny, but I think that might be insensitive. And I don't want to offend nobody. So just use your imagination. That's crazy. That's like Amazon Prime fast. Like seriously, and I'm not going to get too deep into this topic because this is dominating the news cycle. And with all due respect, I'm ready for the news cycle to reset because there's other things that I want to talk about. Right. What I will say is this. I do like that I'm seeing in the comments section of like, Instagram, Twitter, even videos on YouTube. I'm glad to see that a lot of people are on the same page with their theories. And it made me smile. Okay. I definitely have a lot to say about this, but I'm choosing not to, right? It's just not worth the energy in my opinion. So but yeah, I was taken aback by this yesterday when I seen this. I'm like, dang. The ink on his death certificate ain't even, does he even have a death certificate yet? Those things take time. But you know what I thought about too earlier today when I was putting everything together? He could have very well paid for his funeral services, way in advance. People do that. Like they'll buy the plot, they'll pay for the plot, so on and so forth. So he could have done that. But this just seems really, really suspicious to say the least. All right. All right, so we off that. Oh, let me take this off. Right? So let me see who is up next. I don't know. Everybody's talking about this guy, and I'm sick of it already. I really am. It's just so much. Let me steer clear of it. All right, up next, in the same vein, there was a gentleman who decided to give his opinion, and it was extremely, extremely ignorant. All right. So this is the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox. Listen to what it is that he had to say. Warning: you're not going to get your brain cells back after listening to this. So I'm sorry in advance. Like to hear it? Here you go.
This bad stuff happens, and for 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, "Hey, we don't do that here."
Wow.
And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here. This bad stuff happens. And for 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say,
I'm gonna tell you something right now. It really frustrates me that we have to live amongst stupid people. I'm not gonna say ignorant. I'm not gonna say insensitive. Just flat out dumb, stupid. What kind of human being? Well, I already know the answer to this question, but you're a real dummy. You really displayed your stupidity. You're the damn governor of Utah. Why the hell would you get on a press conference and say something like this? You couldn't even fake it. Like I said, I'm not even going down this rabbit hole. People in the comments were saying they wanted him to be black so bad or non-white. And he cleaned that up quick because he said he was praying that it wasn't one of us. Maybe he meant a resident of Utah, but that's not what he meant. He meant he was hoping that it was going to be somebody who wasn't white. And it just I just don't get it. Like, why are you dumb? Like, being dumb has got to be a choice. Do you not know the history of this country? That's a really ignorant thing to say. And when this situation happened on Wednesday, the news and media outlets were all over the area and they were interviewing people. And when I tell you just the display of ignorance that was seen around the world, if you ever get an opportunity to travel outside of the United States, or if you have traveled outside of the United States, then what I'm going to say is going to make sense to those who traveled outside of the United States. Other countries can't stand Americans. They look at the United States of America as a big joke. If you watch like the news stations in international countries, you will see how they display the United States, like how they portray, the United States. And it's just so, ignorance is bliss, man. It just, if they were able to see how they're portrayed, how the United States is portrayed by media outlets in other countries, you know what, they probably wouldn't even care. I was gonna say that they probably would be embarrassed, but I don't think that they would. I think that they would absolutely positively not care. All right, y'all, let's move on to the next story. Greetings. If you are just joining, welcome. All right. If you're watching the replay, be sure to hit the like button. All right. You guys remember the Cosby Show? Remember Vanessa's boyfriend, Robert? Okay. Well, I had no idea that he was this vocal on social media. So this came across my feed earlier this morning and I decided to add it to the lineup. Okay. I think his name is Dondre. I hope that's his name. But he had something worth listening to say. So let's take a look and a listen at our brother. Like to hear it? Here it go. And he is aging like fine wine. Anyway.
Tried it and I can't do it anymore. I can't hear one more person in this country say, this is not who we are. This is exactly who we are. What do you mean this is not who we are? Who is it? Is it another country impersonating us? This is exactly who we are. The racism, the violence, the sexism, all of the isms that keep us divided, which is one of the reasons why I never call this the United States of America, because we aren't united. You want to know who we really are? Through all of the things that everyone is experiencing after the killing of Charlie Kirk. We don't know yet because they haven't caught the person. I can tell you probably safely who it wasn't, because this took place in Utah.
Right.
So I'm telling you right now, it is probably not a black person and certainly not a gang member, which is exactly what Charlie Kirk was talking about when he got shot, talking about gang violence. So it wasn't a gang member, not a black affiliated gang member. And despite all of that, there are HBCUs that are getting death threats, in particular in Virginia and Alabama. This is exactly who we are, America. Black people get demonized and villainized to the degree that we get blamed for the things that we don't even have a hand in. This is exactly who we are.
Well said, brother. Well said. Greetings, D. Greetings. You must have heard me shaking my iced coffee cup. Okay. Welcome and happy Friday. So I agree wholeheartedly with what he says. That's why I call this country the ghetto states of America. I don't united. Yeah, right. This country has a dark, disgusting, violent, demonic history of violence. So I agree with him. When you hear things like this is not who we are, you're trying to rewrite history. And those of us who understand and know how and where to retrieve resources to find out how American all this violence truly is, we take advantage of that. I take it. Listen, I encourage everybody to read as much as you can, read up on changes that are taking place. Especially, you should be very familiar with the laws, the updates in the laws, and the things that they purposely try to hide from you as it pertains to your state. Just listen, arm yourself with knowledge and stay prayed up. I'm not arguing with none of these people. People are going to think exactly what the hell they want to think. That's their choice. That's their prerogative, like Bobby Brown. All right, not shifting gears, not yet. All right, this is the last story, and then we're going to lighten up the mood. Speaking of dumb, the dumb shine state, everybody's favorite. Look what Florida got going on. So Florida inches closer to becoming an open carry state after court strikes down ban. North Florida sheriffs announced they will no longer make arrests while the rest of the state awaits Supreme Court decision. So a state appeals court just ruled the longtime ban on openly carrying firearms unconstitutional, and now sheriffs across North Florida, let me tell you something, North Florida and South Florida, which consists of Miami, is completely different. I oftentimes hear Floridians say there's Miami and then there's Florida. North Florida is like Tallahassee, Orlando, and all that good stuff. The culture is significantly different from South Florida, like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, so on and so forth. Anyway, North Florida are saying they will no longer arrest people for it. The decision is being challenged and still needs to make its way through the state Supreme Court. But with lawmakers pushing new bills and Governor Ron DeSantis backing the move, Florida could soon join the list of open carry states. Is Texas and Georgia's an open carry state? I think Texas is, right? Child, and where else? Alabama? Is Alabama or is it Tennessee? Anywho, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do exactly what the hell they want to do. Just do what you want. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Wahite, America, y'all love y'all GUNS and y'all RA-ism. If you get what I'm saying. It's a shame that I have to edit these words, right? Anywho, so what do you guys think about this? Whatever. It's the dumb shine state. I'm tired of talking about Florida. I say the same thing over and over and over again about Florida. All right. Moving along. Let me tell y'all something. Some of these kids, these teenagers, I don't know what the hell they're on. I don't know what is in the food. I don't know what they smoking. I don't know. But some of these games that a lot of these teenagers play, and they end up suffering consequences because the games that they play, especially when it comes to stepping on other people's properties, I don't like it. I don't know what's going on. So recently I talked about a story where there were 3 teens. It was in Georgia. 2 16-year-olds and a 15-year-old decided to break into a man's house. They had GUNS and they were firing into the house. The homeowner had signs up warning people against trespassing, saying that if they trespass, they will be popped. And of course, he's standing his ground. He's inside his home and he starts firing back. And all 3 of them gone. So he dropped all 3 of them. The parents of these teenage children are outraged and they are pressing charges against the homeowner whose home was not only invaded, but he was shot after. So those 3 teenagers lost their lives because they wanted to play Russian roulette, deservedly so. Then I see this. This doesn't make any freaking sense to me. there's this kid. He shows up at an adult's home, and he was caught on the Ring camera. Lord help us, Lord help us. He was caught on the Ring camera, and he basically asked the woman who came to the door, being that her husband wasn't home, if she wants to F. Don't believe me? Just watch.
Oh. Yeah.
Morning, how you doing?
All right.
Is your husband home by any chance?
No.
Alright, so basically, I just want to know if you want to fuck or anything like that.
Goodbye.
What in the heck? Like, what would possess you to go to your neighbor's house, ask if her husband is home, and then ask the woman if she wanted to F? Like, huh? What is happening? And you wonder why. Now imagine when she tells her husband this, and he goes to confront whoever this kid is, his family, and things escalate, and then somebody ends up losing their life. There was another story. I don't know if it was in Florida. I'm not sure where it was, where a bunch of kids were running up and down the street, and they were ringing doorbells and running off. Well, one kid, a very young kid, rang somebody's doorbell, ran off. Homeowner came out, shot the kid in his back. Kid is dead. I think he was like 12 or 13, something like that. This is crazy to me. And it's caught on Ring camera. And secondly, lady, why are you even opening the door? It makes me wonder, does she recognize him from the neighborhood? What the hell is going on with these young adults, not even adults, but these teenagers? What is going on with them? So some people in the comments were blaming it on PORN, saying that it's really damaging them. Some people thought it was funny. I didn't. If the husband would have came to the door and beat him up or worse, you would have deserved it. And I don't want to hear nothing about no mental illness. This is foolishness. That's exactly what it is. Oh my gosh. These kids just don't care. Like, they have too much. There's not enough discipline. Not enough discipline. All right. Now, speaking of discipline, y'all check this out. I hope y'all not eating because I don't want to gross you out. But take a look at Uncle Benzino, okay? Coyle Ray, come and get your zaddy. All right. So Janet Jackson's Would You Mind is playing, so I'm not going to play the audio. But take a look at Benzino flexing and showing off his muscles, okay? Listen to the caption. 60-year-old Benzino is outside the neighborhood, ready to put that little neck to work. Why are y'all like this? Neighbors, y'all letting him in? Somebody said, Coy, come get your daddy. But he is, I agree with this comment, in great shape for his age. Top tier. Go crazy, Uncle Zeno. He is in his 60s. He looks absolutely phenomenal. He looks great. So what y'all think about? Somebody said, I'm not in the mood right now. I'm very irritated. For a 60-year-old, he's in great shape, regardless if he's head and shoulders. Zeno. You know who else is it? Well, I haven't seen him lately, so I'm not sure. But who was in good shape when they were on Love and Hip Hop? Stevie J. He was another older gentleman that kept himself in good shape. Jocelyn too. Even now, Jocelyn definitely keeps herself in good shape. But congratulations to you, Benzino. At 60, this takes a lot of commitment. This takes a lot of discipline. And it seems like you live a distraction-free lifestyle. So good for you. And working out is good for your mental health, right? So hopefully he's doing well. Yeah, y'all find Mr. Zeno sassy. Y'all think he's sassy? Oh my God, Benzino. They said, Coyle Ray, come get your daddy. All right. Who's up next? Oh Lord. Yesterday I talked about Chrisean Rock. Okay. I didn't want to, but she was trending. So she was posting to social media that she had to get the authorities involved because her sister was babysitting her baby, Chrisean Jr., and wouldn't give him back. This is according to her. Well, the sister is clapping back, okay? And this is getting ugly, y'all. This is getting absolutely ugly. So let's take a look and a listen to what Chrisean'S sister had to say, all right? So the caption reads, Chrisean Rock's sister, Tareen, claims that she declined a C-section after doctors told her that she had the clap. Is this the clap? Is it this one that's the clap, or it's the other one? Before giving birth. Let's just listen to the sister. This is a dysfunctional ass family.
Instincts kicked in. Why didn't your mother instincts kick in day one when you gave birth? Why? Because I was there. It didn't kick in. It didn't kick in. When the nurses came in and told you, can they talk to you about yourself? You're like, no. Just go ahead and put it out there when I was wrong. Yeah, and they said you had chlamydia.
Oh.
Your mother instincts didn't kick in. They said we're going to do a C-section. Guess what? You refused. You didn't want to mess up your little tattoo. Or you didn't want to get cut, right? Oh, all right. Where your mother instincts was at then? Because you sent through that infected canal, right? You did. You did that. So don't do that. And I encourage you. I keep asking you, leave me alone. But you want to play with my children now, right? You play with my children. Talking about my grandbaby, like. And you know what's crazy? We will never talk about Chrisean because he's special and we really love him. But yo, you are foul. You are foul and disgusting. And how you playing? It's a no-go zone. It's a no-go zone. They said you had chlamydia over here. You know that. It's a no-go zone over here.
Oh my God.
But guess what? You raised all the red flags. You did your little dirt. Played with me, with the police, big time, and really tried to switch your little narratives up. We had a meeting with CPS. My reason for that is because I have to clear my name. I have to clear my position. Yes, I'm going to protect myself. You tell lies and you sell fake stories. I see what's going on. You don't mind. So, okay, why would I, after you didn't come get him, be like, okay, I'm just going to wait on Chrisean'S time? No, it don't work like that, baby girl. It's me, big sis. But you played. You got your little emotions and the drugs over here.
So basically, her sister, this is Chrisean'S sister, she's pissed, rightfully so, because while Tareen was watching Chrisean Jr., she claims that Chrisean claims that the sister didn't want to give the baby back. She had the cops banging on her door, banging on her window, so much so that they busted the window. This was according to Chrisean. And she's online telling people that the sister was holding her baby hostage, all types of crazy stuff. So people are in the comments saying that they believe Chrisean'S sister. And someone says, nurse here, a doctor will not perform a vaginal delivery if you have chlamydia. That makes sense. So, but then again, these people in the medical field are batshit crazy too. So I don't even know. So yeah, CPS definitely had to get involved because she, like she said, she tried to clear her name. She didn't want no kidnapping charges or kidnapping a child or whatever the charges would have been on her name. I don't know what the hell is going on with Chrisean, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care. All right, that baby, I feel so sorry for that baby because since before the baby came out the birth canal, that poor baby has been enduring trauma, drama, commotion, and confusion. All right. And he is birthed into all of this madness and mess. All of this is playing out over social media, and it's unfortunate.
Your mother instincts kicked in.
I mean, do I believe the sister? She probably telling the truth. And like I said yesterday when I talked about Chrisean is being rewarded publicly. She's being rewarded for her foolish and reckless behavior. She had the baby in the car after she retrieved the baby riding around, no car seat, no seatbelt, no nothing. She just has him around everything and anything, and she has yet to alter her lifestyle to actually raise the baby in a productive and healthy environment. And I hate seeing it. I hate talking about it. And I don't feel sorry for Chrisean whatsoever. I think that she needs to be held accountable for her reckless behavior. If you want to ruin your life, Chrisean, you have every right to do so. You're an adult. But you decided to bring a baby into this world, and you don't have any right ruining Chrisean Jr.'s life. Absolutely not. And everybody is standing by watching it. She's making all this money. She's getting deals, signing contracts with networks, all this crazy stuff. So she doesn't feel the need to alter her behavior. I mean, it's not like you're not making money. Why aren't you taking care of your kid? Girl, I don't even know. Do whatever the hell you want to do, because everybody does what they want to do nowadays anyway. I just hate seeing it, you know? I really feel so sorry for that baby. All right, speaking of feeling sorry, now earlier this week, a couple of days ago, Kodak Black was it was circulating online that Kodak Black was sipping while driving. Okay, his lawyer has come out and stated that he was sipping juice. It looks like he has actually, you see it. He has a straw in what appears to be a cough medicine bottle. And this is known as lean or drank, whatever they call it this week. All right. So a lot of people consume the cough medicine to get high. So let's take a look quickly at Kodak Black.
Still on a briefcase. That was a snap on a briefcase.
What?
Going to sleep.
What are you talking about?
I'm sipping that drink raw. 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 I'm looking at it raw. I'm looking at it raw. I'm looking at it raw. I'm sipping that drink raw.
And then you online. Why? All right, I've had enough. So basically, a rep for Kodak Black, you heard what he said. I'm sipping that drink raw. A rep for Kodak Black claims that his recent cough syrup video was just a stunt. According to TMZ, they say Yak was only sipping on some juicy juice. If you recall, footage recently hit the internet of Kodak Black driving down I-95 in Miami, sipping on some syrup. Now, Kodak Black is from Florida, South Florida. So this is Florida's own. Okay. In the video, you can see Kodak bare-chested bragging about sipping his drink through a straw. He then flashed a bottle of lean at the camera. Well, according to his attorney, Bradford Cohen, the whole thing was a stunt. He claims that Yak was trolling social media users by making them believe that he was drinking lean, but the whole time it was juice. Bradford, do your thing. You are a lawyer and you are hired to clean up mess. So have at it. You weren't even present with your client. So how do you know what he was drinking? But you had to give a statement to social media. So do what you do. Now, I don't know why. I don't know if they think that the general public is gullible enough to believe that, but that seems to be the case. What do you guys think? Quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing Kodak Black looking and sounding drugged out. The last time that I saw Kodak Black on social media prior to this, and the next thing that I'm going to get into, he was sitting in the middle of the street eating chicken wings, and there were people around him with their phones out taking pictures, and then people sat next to him on the ground and joined him in eating chicken wings. I tell you, some of the things that are encouraged, you know, whatever Kodak Black's problem is, hopefully he wants to get help to solve his issue, because he definitely has an issue. But until then, he is a grown adult. He can do whatever the heck he wants to do. And guess what? I'm going to let him. I am going to let him. You know, I reserve my I guess emotions for innocent people who don't have a choice as it pertains to the situations that they are in, right? So still in the same vein of Kodak Black, all right? So he recently linked up with streamer Zoe Spencer, I think that's her name, right? Now look at what Kodak Black tries to do. I'm not going to play the audio because there's music playing in the video. So you see them there, they're vibing. Look at his hand. You see what he tried to do? And everybody's laughing. I don't care what kind of drugs you want. Unhand me now. Terrible. This is so ugh. I just all right, that's enough of Kodak Black. For Christ's sake, that's enough of Kodak Black. Kelly, did you guys see that Kelly Price was she recorded a video and she was sending out a message telling people to get at her, Kodak Black's people to get at her because she's concerned about him and she wants to pray with him and pray for him and how she felt so sorry for him and so on and so forth. And she cares about his well-being. Yeah, okay, Kelly Price. Good luck with that. Kodak Black ain't stupid. He know exactly what he's doing, and whatever it is that he's doing, he wants to do. Okay. All right. Up next. Who's up next? Who's up next? Oh, okay. Let's go down to Tyler Perry Studios really quickly because the block is hot over there. Okay. So Beauty in Black. This is season 2. All right. New season started. I completely and totally forgot. So the new season of Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black is already number 1. All right. This is on Netflix. Every time Tyler Perry drops something, you know, he has a collaboration with a partnership of sorts with Netflix. His stuff always goes number 1. So Tyler Perry reposted this stat and then he put, thank you. Have you guys seen Beauty in Black? Are you watching Beauty in Black? I did watch the first season months ago. And there was a huge cliffhanger. I had no idea that Beauty in Black season 2 was back. Did I think it was good? It started out okay. But I really got tired of the family mentioning the damn private road. Like if they said private road one more time, I was going to claw my eyes out. Okay. It was a little bit, certain scenes were, you know, a little bit aggressive. But we know Tyler Perry likes all of that passionate, aggressive, male on male, you know, scenes. And the acting wasn't the greatest in some of them scenes, but I mean, following along the storyline, I want to see what ended up happening because, like I said, the last episode, a huge cliffhanger. So I'm going to put that on my to-do list to watch. I guess out of obligation because I already seen the entire season 1. So I'll definitely be starting and watching season 2. But let me know what you guys think. So somebody said I watched episode 1 last night. I'm pacing myself and watching 1 per week so the show will last longer. I love this show. Okay. Someone else said, yes, Rain pissed me off just talking and doing too much, but I'm ready for the next season. Oh, okay. I forgot. With Netflix, they put out the entire series. So you can just basically binge watch all at once, which I like. I like to do that. I like to know that the entire season is out. And I can pace myself and take my time and watch when I want to watch. So good for you, Tyler Perry. A good distraction from all of the drama surrounding that lawsuit with that Derek Nixon fella. See, and Tyler got his loyal supporters. His supporters ain't going nowhere. And they made that very, very clear. All right, who is up next? Oh, yeah, this is a good story that I definitely wanted to get into. So you guys remember Funkmaster Flex was accused of getting DJ Enough from Hot 97 fired. Hot 97 is a radio station based out of New York, and they broadcast in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Wendy Williams had a brief stint on Hot 97, or she was on Hot 97 as well. Star from Star and Buckwild. They were on Hot 97 as well. Funkmaster Flex has been on Hot 97 for as long as I can remember. Angie Martinez, you know, she has her podcast now. Angie was on Hot 97 as well back in the day. Then she moved over to Power 105. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on over at the Hot 97 every day. That's my word. Okay. So DJ Enough was recently fired from Hot 97. Okay. And people are speculating or making assumptions and spreading rumors that Funkmaster Flex is the reason why DJ Enough got fired. Okay. So he is going to be sitting down with Drink Champs. Lord, please don't let this get clipped out of the video. Okay. I don't know if this is copywritten content. I may have to keep pausing and stopping. But he pretty much talked about him. He should have left Hot 97 a long time ago, and he stayed too long. So I'm only going to play a little bit, and I'm going to be pausing and stopping because we ain't getting no strikes over here. All right. Like to here you go.
Keep it a buck. And I never said this before. Okay. I should have been left Hot 97. I stayed there way too long. I stayed there past my time. I got too comfortable because it was something I was good at, and I enjoyed doing it, like you said. And I remember, like, when I first got my first gig, I would have did it for free, bro. That's how much I loved hip hop. I would have did it for free.
That's been hip hop's problem from the beginning, though.
That's the problem.
The problem that hip hop
because we don't treat it as a business.
Right.
We treat it on some emotional shit on our hearts and our sleeves. And
now I'm gonna stop it here. Even though I agreed with what his homie said, you could go watch it on the Jasmine brand. When did this air? I just saw this on the Jasmine brand today, but I want to watch this entire. I like Drink Champs, especially when they have OGs on there. Patti LaBelle was on Drink Champs. Did y'all get to see that? If not, it's worth watching. I love how they showed her so much respect, and I love how Patti can just kind of blend in with the young crowd. Patti is that girl. Anyway, so I want to see this in its entirety, but somebody put comfort is a trap. It always is. And I agree. Sometimes change is definitely difficult for some of us, but it is necessary in order to survive. Adaptation is definitely necessary in order for you to survive. I think that DJ Enough will be great. I think he'll be good. But I know on his last show, he was very emotional. And then a couple of people came up to the studio to show him love. DJ Khaled was up there. What's his name? Fat Joe, who thinks that he's like hip hop royalty of some sort. Anyway, he was up there. Anywho, they were talking about hip hop, right? And how he said that he would do it for free because he loved it. See, once hip hop became a genre of music, in my opinion, that's when everything went downhill. Hip hop was originated. It's a culture, not a genre of music. And the powers that be saw that this was something that was very lucrative and that they could make money off of hip hop culture. And what did they do? They turned it into a business, monopolized and controlled every darn thing, and shut out the originators and the people who are really passionate about hip hop, shut them out completely. So that's why you see hip hop in the state that it is in now, in my opinion. I can go on and on and on for days talking about hip hop, but for the sake of time, I won't. So shout out to DJ Enough. His loyalty wasn't enough, clearly. Someone else says, there are a lot of people at jobs they should have left a long time ago. Too comfortable. I know that's right. That's a word. Fantasia said it. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Someone else says, worst thing us people do is get comfortable. But you know what? I'm telling you, God's timing is always perfect. I don't know if you guys are aware or if you heard the whispers, the loud whispers, that a lot of radio stations are being looked into and investigated. And Funkmaster Flex, as a matter of fact, admitted, or it's being reported, that he is going to be helping the government look into, payola and fraud and all this other stuff. So I think DJ Enough, you getting let go was a blessing in disguise, because you're not going to be wrapped up in what is about to come. I think that he'll be perfectly fine. He can get a podcast. He can DJ on someone's podcast. People are going to be booking him for gigs because he still travels and does shows. You'll be fine. I'm sure he's going to miss the environment, because he's been at Hot 97 for a very long time. But shout out to DJ Enough. I think he's going to be good. And everyone was showing him so much love, online when the news broke that he was no longer going to be with Hot 97. So I'm pretty sure you're going to see you dodged a bullet. All right. Speaking of shots fired, so this audio of Gloria Hallelujah Woods is circulating all over the interwebs. So it's being reported that Glorilla goes in on Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist in a newly surfaced diss track. All right. So let me read this caption first. I got to figure out how I'm going to try to play this. I'm just going to wing it. So Neighborhood Talk writes, neighbors, this is spicy. As we all know, a lot of drama has been stirred up recently as a result of Young Thug's jail calls being released. He talked about everybody from Future, Gunna, QCP, and more, but one of the standout conversations was about Glorilla. All right. So it goes on to say, in the call featuring Mariah the Scientist, Young Thug makes it clear that he's not a fan of Glorilla's looks. Thug listed her wig, small frame, and more as contributing factors as to why he feels she's ugly. At one point, Mariah says people often say Glow looks like Rihanna, and Thug calls her Brianna instead. Mariah also said that she feels like guys wouldn't deal with Glow if she was just regular with no industry success. So see, Mariah was being shady too. But y'all around here feeling sorry for her. Boo-hoo crying. Whoop-dee-doo. Okay. Continuing on, after Glow heard the audio, she shared a tweet stating, mind you, this is the same ninja blowing my phone up to ask what color my eyes is. LMAOOO. Doug responded with, first of all, I'm sorry to you for my words, and I honestly don't think you're ugly at all. I was speaking from jail, just having a hard time with life. I don't like bashing girls and hardly ever did. I'm sorry to you, twin. So he apologized. So things seemed to calm down with Sexy Red and Glow joking about the exchange on an Instagram post. Now the drama continues, though after a diss track from Glow to Thug and Mariah surfaced. Some people are saying that this is AI. Some people are saying that it's not. But let's take a listen real quick. That gorilla knows she could rap. Y'all think this is real? People were saying that this is AI. And then she called him. She said that he looked like Miss Netta. And there was a video of Miss Netta getting his hair done, listening to it, and was so excited. But Glorilla was basically saying that Miss Netta and Young Thug look alike, and they both ugly. Yes, Miss Netta called her. Why Miss Netta called her stray? Someone else said it's the audacity to say no hard feelings. We making hip hop fun after saying all that to them folks. Glow's from Memphis. I knew she was not letting him slide that easy. Whoop-de-doo. What do you guys think? You guys can listen to the rest if you haven't heard it already. I'm pretty sure you guys heard it already. Yeah, I like everything about it. I like Glorilla. I like the way she raps. I like her accent. I think she's funny. I think she's fun. Yeah, she's doing her big one. So good for you. And yes, put it on wax. That's what rappers do. So I wish I could play the whole thing, but for legal reasons, I'm not going to. So shout out to Glorilla. Good for you, Miss Thing. Good for you. All right, still talking about rappers. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why I'm going to be talking about this person. Let me bring the screen up. So, are you guys still feeling Ice Spice? Ice Spice she recently dropped a song with what's the child name? Lotto. Titled Gyat, and I think the song was whack. I didn't like the song. I'm not a fan of Ice Spice's style of rap or whatever it is that she calls herself doing. So listen to what Ice Spice had to say. So Ice Spice is tired of the chatter about her pen game and is finally speaking up. In a new interview with Nylon, she admitted that she let people run with the narrative that she isn't a lyricist. But that ends now. Girl. She says, I think my mistake was letting folks feel like they were right. People were trying to say I'm not a lyricist, and I kind of went with it. Like, yeah, cool. But it's not true. So she explained that her silence only gave critics more power. She says, I knew the whole time I was a lyricist. I just let them talk and be happy with their little storyline. Are you talking about Karlie? Is that who you're talking about? Like, what's up? If you can recall, Ice's career took off after dropping Munch, Feeling You. She's collabed with heavyweights like Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, and Pink Pantheress. Like, what do you mean by lyricist, Isis? Like, everybody's definition of things is different these days. I, in fact, don't believe that you're a lyricist. I don't believe you have any, like you have a ill pen game. I think that you're an entertainer. I think you're a pop rapper. And I don't know what this is supposed to prove. You're supposed to actually put it on wax. If you want to be taken seriously as a lyricist, you put it on wax. Okay. So are you basically saying that in all these songs that you've done, you were just quote unquote playing around? The last song that you had with Lotto was whack. It was corny. So yeah, let's see what some of the comments are saying. Look at this. Look at this Whitney Houston picture. Someone says, well, can she show us this pen that she speaks of? Like, seriously. Someone said, too much dip on her chip. Another wrote, hey, y'all, everybody have a good Friday. Someone said, lyricist. I don't know about that one. Spicy ice. Like, girl, look at the Nene laughing. Child, whatever, Isis, whatever. If you're a lyricist, then my name is Ferdinand the Great. Okay. Child, bye. Get Isis gone. Watch out. Watch out. Now, you know how everybody is saying watch out because Young Thug said that on the jail calls. I'm going to tell y'all something. The first person that I remember hearing for years now saying, man, watch out, is Tony Baker. Do you know who the comedian Tony Baker is? Tony Baker always says, man, watch out. Like if you listen to his podcasts, watch his videos, anything that he's a part of, like when he's on panels discussing random topics, when he's sitting with like Kev on stage and them, he has always said, man, watch out. Young Thug is not the first person to say that. Go back. If y'all like Tony Baker, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with who Tony the Baker is. He's always said that when he's talking about situations. He's on Great Taste when they do those panel shows, Great Taste. Man, watch out, man. Man, go ahead, yo. Tony Baker always said that. So when I hear people saying it now and they're saying that they got it from Young Thug, I giggle because I'm like, man, Tony Baker been saying that. Man, watch out, man. Give Tony his things, man. Watch out. All right. Speaking of watching out, up next, we have Sister First Lady Karlie Redd. Y'all, Karlie Redd is opening up a restaurant in a lounge. I thought she had a seafood restaurant in Atlanta. What happened to that? Anyway, so reality star Karlie Redd from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is launching Red Room Bistro, which is a luxury lounge restaurant with business partner Ace. Her vision is personal, inspired by her father and late stepmom's restaurant legacy, combining elevated food, bold vibes, and memorable nights. Located in downtown Atlanta, the grand opening is later this month. If you live in Atlanta, are you going to be giving this a try? The Jasmine Brand wants to know. See, somebody said again. I thought she had a seafood restaurant. What happened to that restaurant? Honestly, this culture that we've seen for the past several years of entertainers opening up and reality TV stars opening up restaurants in the Atlanta area. It seems like everybody serves the same type of food. They have the same type of guests. It's just the same vibe over and over again. Someone said, happy for her. That's just a big responsibility. What happened to her chickens? It wasn't a chicken spot. I thought it was a seafood restaurant. Somebody asked, what happened to her chicken spot on Main Street in College Park? Right. Karlie, I speak for all of ATL when I say paying for parking, auto-added gratuity, and overpriced premium drinks that are not mixed well won't keep you in business. We're not spending money before we even order anymore. Yeah, I hear that's a problem too. Parking, gratuity, charging for extra ice cubes. Remember that whole debacle with Candy and her restaurant? Candy's restaurants just recently closed down, did they not? Did Blaze close down? If memory serves me correct, I remember Blaze closing down and one of the OLG locations closed down as well. The restaurant business is very tough, very difficult. Just ask Peter Thomas, he'll tell you. Anywho, someone else wrote, there's enough lounges and restaurants in ATL and the Black owners be doing too much of nothing. Why keep opening up restaurant downtown Atlanta and making the parking so difficult and the traffic? I'm just saying. Someone else says, let me guess the menu: chicken wings, lamb chops, mac and cheese, greens, Brussels sprouts, fries, sweet potatoes, and oxtails. Same restaurants, same atmosphere, different owners. LOL. Yeah, that seems to be the thing. Opening up a restaurant in Atlanta, and you have the same type of food, the same type of people visiting. Trust me, once this gets off the ground, somebody is going to go there. Then they're going to give a review online, and it'll be just like all of this is just like Frost Bistro, like Rashida and Kurt's restaurant. I guess it's just a little oversaturated, if you ask me, but it is what it is. Do what you got to do, Karlie. I ain't knocking your hustle. That's a lot of money to put into a business like that. All right, y'all. Y'all still with me? Like the video if you're still in here. If you just joining, welcome. Happy Friday. We're gonna get straight into it now, okay? I really be trying with Claressa. Okay, but now this is just a whole nother level of crazy. Okay, so Papoose and Claressa share how they first met. First of all, I want to say something to Miss Tamron Hall. Okay, Miss Tamron Hall, I like Tamron. I love Sister Tamron. I just like how she operates. I like her show. I like the way she interviews. She uses those journalism skills. Why do you have this married man and this young lady on your show talking about how in love they are? Now, if you didn't get an opportunity to watch my video, I posted it to the page, a clip from a longer form video of Jonathan Majors, his mother, and Megan Good talking about their wedding, sharing wedding pictures. Jonathan Majors' mother was talking about how she officiated their wedding and how she counseled them before they got married. And you can see Tamron Hall's face looking just like, yeah, no, like she ain't with none of this. And she seems like she doesn't really care for Jonathan Majors. You know what I'm saying? But on this episode with this married man and his girlfriend, she seems to be smitten. So let's take a look and a listen at these two quote unquote lovebirds talking about how they met. Brace yourself, y'all.
That Shakur Stevenson fight.
Yeah.
And then
you shook her hand and said you were a fan.
Yeah, I happened to be walking to my seat and
you happened to be.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, is that Claressa Shields? I've always been a fan of her.
Yeah, I got a video he sent me back in 2000 and was it 20 or something?
So he's been a fan. You get your moment to say I'm a fan.
Her. Yeah, I see her, and when I went to shake her hand, I realized how beautiful she was. I was like,
thank you.
And so never to be.
Look at Tamron smiling. I'm telling y'all, if you guys did not see Tamron Hall with Jonathan Majors and Megan Good and Jonathan Majors' mother, go look it up on YouTube or just watch it from my channel. Watch the video. Pay attention to Tamron's face then and look how she's smitten and excited now. This is wild to me.
Shy, as the rumor I heard, you then slipped into the DMs and offered him VIP tickets to the fight.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, you know what?
She did. She did.
No, so it was like he's a fan of boxing, and why not come and see the greatest fight? Yeah. But I did recognize like right away. I'm like, that's a good looking man. So I thought to myself, I said, hey, you got me blind, and I say he's a good looking man. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. So when I sit in there, it was like, but I didn't even know that I liked him until like probably about 2 weeks. We was texting back and forth.
Texting back and forth for the longest.
Well, I love this part. You were texting, but then you sent each other poems.
Yes.
I don't think I don't have them on, but yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We started at some point.
Because I rap too.
I found out that she does poetry.
You do.
My rapping started off as poetry when I was back in school. I used to write it, but he didn't believe, but he told me the same thing with him. So he sent me a poem, and then I sent him one back, and then we kind of did one. Like we did one together, we did one separate. We got a few different poems, yeah.
Are you going to turn these poems into a book or a song? Or
we should. She's really good. We met at that Shakur Stevenson.
Listen, man. Listen. You a married man, brother. Like, what are we doing here? And why is Tamron Hall so damn smitten over these two, the relationship. When you had Jonathan Majors and Megan Good on the show, they're married legally, and neither one of them are married to anyone else. They're married to each other. And I don't want this for either one of them. And I see a lot of people in the comments are saying that Claressa is wearing that hair. Her hair looks good. You know, sometimes people are just so ridiculous. Some people was calling this girl ugly. Now because she got hair and makeup on, she looks so beautiful. Like, anyway, Claressa, please. And I didn't watch this interview in its entirety, and I don't think I'm going to, because I don't like how everyone is just so, I don't get it. He's married. What the hell is it just me? Am I being dramatic? Am I overreacting? I just don't think this is a good look, especially when Papoose and Remy have gone onto other platforms showcasing their love for one another. I don't know. I don't know. See, someone said, did she ask why he isn't divorced yet? I wouldn't know. I would hope that would be on brand for Tamron Hall, because she's an investigative journalist. So she damn sure should. You know what? I'm going to go watch the interview. I just saw this clip. I was shocked that they were even on her show together, talking about how they met and how they care about each other and giggling. Okay, somebody said Papoose didn't even talk this much with Remy. I love this for him. I didn't know Papoose had a voice when he... Oh, come on now. They just told on themselves. LMAO. Her hair. I know a kept man when I see one. She looks so much prettier. Quiet. I can't. Remy moved on first leave. What? Remy moved on first leave. Remy moved on first. Leave this girl alone. Punctuation is important, but I get it. Yeah, because Remy cheated on him, so they're saying Remy moved on first. I just really don't like it. Hey, Sertha. This man tried to get his wife back. She turned him down. I understand, but I don't. Why aren't they divorced yet? I would be all smitten for them and happy for them if the man was legally divorced. It just looks bad. And it's like, what are we encouraging here? Yes, Remy cheated on him. Yes, Remy embarrassed him. Yes, Remy, broke her vows. I get all of that. So, they're spiritually, I guess they're no longer married because she broke her vows, right? I guess. I don't know. Depends on who you ask in the day of the week, right? But what is taking so long to file the papers? I don't get it. You obviously are in love with her. You care about her. So why not give her all of you and not have this hanging over her head, right? I don't know. Maybe he's testing the waters. Maybe he's trying to see, like... See, someone said, I didn't even read all these comments. On a talk show while married is wild. I agree. Someone said, so not a flex. Okay, here are my people. I found my people in the comments section. It's diabolical, extremely. Don't you want better for Claressa? I don't know. Maybe he's not in love. Maybe he just likes her. I've been talking about this for a while. I like Claressa. I've seen people say the most mean things about her. I've often said that there's something a little bit, juvenile about her, like kind of innocent and childlike. But other people were saying all types of mean stuff, which I don't agree with. But I like her, and I don't want to see her get heart. I don't want her heart to get broken. She seems like she's all in. All right. I don't know. Speaking of divorce, this next story was very, very interesting. Akon, rapper, entrepreneur, his wife is filing for divorce after nearly 30 years of marriage. See? You see, Papoose? File the paperwork. I think somebody doesn't want to sign. Anyway, we're on to the next story. Can you imagine being married for almost 30 years and before your anniversary, filing for divorce or getting hit with divorce papers? Well, Akon's wife has filed for divorce after nearly 30 years of marriage, according to TMZ TV. Tomika filed for divorce 4 days before their 29th wedding anniversary, citing irreconcilable differences. Records state the estranged couple tied the knot in September 1996 and share a 17-year-old child. Akon only has one child? I don't know why I thought he had more. In the filing, Tomika is asking for joint legal custody, but wants physical custody of their child. She's also requesting spousal support while making it clear that she doesn't want the court to award Akon any support from her. Akon has always been cryptic about how many wives he actually has. But in this case, this marriage is over. Okay? So someone said 30 years? Man, go in the other room and cool off. Talk to you later. What the hell would make you file for divorce after 30 years? Not saying that it's impossible, but what was the final straw? That's what I want to know. Now, you know, TMZ gonna get them legal documents. Okay. So she basically, let me run this back. They have a 17-year-old son. So she wants them to have joint legal custody, but physical custody she wants. So he'll be living with her. And she's requesting spousal support while making it clear that she doesn't want the court to award Akon any support from her. So she got a little coin. Let me tell you what Akon probably gonna do. If this is not going to be amicable and he wants to play the game, because divorces can get very nasty and divorce attorneys can get even nastier. Okay. And they make a lot of money, but I don't know. You have to be built a certain way to be a divorce attorney, especially a divorce attorney to people who of means, who have money to spend. So I wonder, I can see Akon, if it gets nasty, I can see Akon hiding his assets or hiding his money. Or is she trying to say that Akon is broke and she got a little something stashed away and she doesn't want the courts to award her to have to pay him spousal support? Well, TMZ got all up in their business, so you know TMZ is going to be reporting it. But yeah, almost 30 years. After 30 years, you might as well stay together and sleep in separate rooms. Well, that's what Will and Jada do. But I want to know what the final straw was. Just curious. You ain't got to tell us all. Don't tell us all his business or air him out. And I hope he doesn't do that to her either. But what was the final straw? Somebody needs to get her on their show podcast. Somebody who isn't messy. Somebody who actually knows how to interview, to get her to, you know, kind of talk to us about marriage and what it was like being married to Akon and what was the final straw. Is this like a come to Jesus moment? Did the Lord tell you to leave Akon? Was he a terrible husband? Did he neglect you? What was it? Okay. Let me read a few more of these comments. So we getting a lonely part 2. I can't. That's one of his songs. He was married. I know, right? Wait a minute. Akon sang lonely while married because the math isn't mathing. It's just a song, y'all. Finally, because I thought she was made out of steel. I cannot. I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs, child. I feel sorry for them. But hopefully it'll be an amicable split and it won't, like I said, it won't get nasty because some of these divorces, look at Iman Shumpert and Tiana Taylor. That divorce got nasty after them being together for so long and having kids together. Kids, plural. Cardi B and Offset. First of all, I don't even think they're getting divorced. They've been separated for a few years. I think they're probably going to end up back together. And like I said, I said this before, if Cardi B is pregnant, I think that might be Offset's baby. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Yeah, but I wish Akon and his soon-to-be ex-wife Tomika all the best. Even Marcel, that just came to my mind. She divorced Michael Sterling, and then they recently got back together and got remarried. I think they got remarried, but they're back together. So who knows? There's hope. So maybe they'll call off the divorce. But if not, I hope they split amicably. And I hope they remember they have a 17-year-old child who has access to the internet and can see and watch and hear and listen to everything that is going on. So hopefully they'll keep their private business private and they can just split peacefully. But I'd be curious to know the final straw. You was almost hitting your 29 years. Well, people get tired, I guess. All right, y'all. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this concludes another episode of the WTF show, the What the Friday show. All right, we're an hour in. If I had more topics to talk about, I definitely would stay on longer and chop it up. Thanks to everyone who liked the video. Thanks to those who subscribe to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And those of you who shared your comments in the live broadcast, and those of you who will share your comments in the replay. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. All right. If you're new here, please be sure to check out the other content on the channel. Check the videos, anything that you missed. Go ahead and catch up. All right. So yeah, I'm signing off. So I hope you guys have a splendid weekend. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm forgetting. I don't think so. I think it's time to sign off, y'all. Don't worry. I will be back. So make sure you have your notifications on if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. Like I said, check out the other content on the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. Like the video. You still have time to pay your admission fee by liking the video. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right, y'all. I'm signing off, and I love you for watching. And as always, until next time, I will talk to you later.